So here we go, game number 11 of the season, actually number 12 of the season. The Adirondack Mechanic 5 Spiral K Bunnies. What would you say are the keys to the game, Proa?
For the Mechanic 5s, it's, you know, as you said, build off of last night where, you know, the runs came just not quickly enough. So, you know, carry that momentum even if it didn't end up favorably yesterday and try to come through with a win here. And then, you know, for the Bunnies, it's, you know, continue on what they've been doing successfully, and with their best pitcher, you know, you got to feel they're going to be confident.
Yeah, they had 5 consecutive hits down in the bottom of their lineup there, starting off with the Iron Dragon Tracy. Just could not get the job done, so we'll see if they can't build upon that today for the Spiral K Bunnies. I guess it's just keep doing what you've been doing. So we're ready to go. We're ready to play some baseball here, starting off with the Adirondack Mechanic 5s, as they will be sending Silly Person to the plate. Silly Person yesterday 2 for 5 with an RBI. 333 hitter. Outside for a ball 1, or inside for ball 1. Over, that's going to be a base hit to start things off for Silly. So Silly on right away. It's right to the warning track for an out, so immediately 1 away. That was very close to getting out of there. Just need a little more air, Proa.
Yeah. Sorry, I got twisted around. Yeah, definitely, you know, coming out swinging early, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Here's Panzer Dave. Panzer Dave, 297 hitter. Yesterday, Panzer Dave 1 for 5, wound up hitting a double the first time up. Could really use Dave to hit that double here. This goes right over towards the right field. This is back. This is out of here. Home run, Panzer Dave, and the Mechanic 5's on the board immediately.
Yeah, you know, threw a fat one and, you know, just slammed it down the line there.
So immediately, Iceman giving up 2 runs. Very, very unlike Iceman, who came into this game with a league-leading 1.44 ERA and came into the last outing not allowing a run, but I'm guessing the Mechanic 5s are just starting to figure out what Iceman can do.
And Bournemouth just scored, so hooray for that. So everybody's getting runs and goals today.
Tramp hitting over to the short, firing over to first, and not in time. An infield hit. So the first 3 of the 4 have made it onto base, and Captain wasn't all that far away from getting out of the yard himself.
Yeah, it seems so far that momentum from yesterday is carrying on, and you know, now Iceman's gonna have to dig deep.
All Dog pops out over towards short for out number 2, so an F6 there. And here's Yarn Dragon Tracy, pops up down the right first base side. Sigil underneath it makes the catch, side retired. They leave 1 on base, but they get 2 on that big home run by Panzer Dave to lead 2-0 after the first half of the inning.
All right, so how are the Bunnies going to respond here?
And they've been able to do it previously. We're going to start off with Z-Man over at second base today. 370 hitter. Yesterday, Z-Man had a single in that 6th inning. Scored a run. 1 for 5 yesterday with Z-Man.
All right.
It's it. Right through the gap. That is a base hit for Z-Man. So Z-Man on with a lead-off single. Here's Coconut Ed. Yesterday, Coconut hit a home run, also a single. 3 RBIs yesterday for Coconut Ed. Right down the middle for a base hit. And Z-Man had a hustle.
Yeah, a sharp line drive there, but, definitely the kind of thing you want to see, putting together quick hits in sequence, get the pitcher on his back foot.
Smile fires up now, had a 4 for 5 day yesterday, including a home run, 2 RBIs. This goes deep foul, right back towards us in the stands. Inside, ball 1.
Just missed the inside corner.
Oh, that just missed the edge of the plate. Like, that was super close. That does hit the corner of the plate. Strike 2, 2-2. Nobody out. And through for a base hit. And they're now all loaded. Trying to head home. Nope, they're going to go back to third. So they're loaded now for Moon Risen Phoenix.
For Moon Risen, just got to come away with something, even if it's a sac fly, just to keep it going.
Moon Risen Phoenix yesterday, 0 for 4. Would love to break that slump that Moon Risen is in. 375 hitter, 3 home runs. Home run now would be absolutely huge.
And again, even if it's a sac fly, cut the lead in half.
Oh, this is deep. This is gone. A grand slam home run.
Just like that, yeah. Bunny's back in the driver's seat, making up for Iceman's early struggles here. Outstanding work from what you would expect from your cleanup hitter.
Sigil now up to bat. Ralphie in a lot of trouble, has not retired a single batter so far. Sigil with a home run. Yesterday, Sigil 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a single.
100 here, got a bit of a hot streak going.
Opted up over towards the right field. Dave is underneath it for the first out. Mr. Cab now up, hit a home run yesterday. 2-run shot. Was 3 for 4. Now hitting 326. This is going to go over the head of the first base into right field, past Dave. And Mr. Cab rounding first, going to head over towards second. And we'll have a stand-up double.
We had 7 batters, and we've had 6 batters and had 5 hits so far.
Malcure following it off right side. Here's an 0-1 coming from Ralphian, trying to settle down. Inside, ball 1. 1-1. Over, and that's going to be a base hit. Past Dave. That should score a run. Rounding third is Mr. Cap. He will score. Malcure over, trying to make 3 of this, and we'll get a triple out of this.
Yeah, triple, very good, and yeah, defensive lapse there, opens the door. It probably would have been 5-2 regardless, but now, Malcure 90 feet from home instead of, sitting on second.
Angel of Sin, the number 8 batter, here in the bottom of the first. Swings at a pitch that hit the dirt before Angel of Sin had swung at that.
Nasty little sweeper there.
Pops this up. This is gonna fall. It's gonna fall. Yarn Dragon Tracy not able to get there in time.
So, yeah, a little bloop single. Unfortunately, runner stayed too close to the bag. That little, maybe another 10, 15 feet. That's 6-2.
5-2. Spiral K Bunnies. Iceman up, trying to help out his own cause. The 9th batter up for the Bunnies here in this inning. Head over towards short. Gonna fire over to first, and oh, Mr. Cab backed up and went back to third. So not much there.
That's unfortunate. Probably would have scored on the fielder's choice there. Set up perfectly.
So Iceman unable to move the runner over. Does get Angel of Sin over to second base. So second and third. As we go back to Z-Man, Single started things off here at this bottom of the first as they batted around. Hit sharply, but over towards Yarn Dragon Tracy, who's underneath it, makes the catch. Side retired. They went 10 batters, 7 hits, 5 runs, 2 left on base. At the end of the first inning, it's 5-2 here on the Bun.
Whatever momentum the Mechanic 5 thought they had after the top half of the first just evaporated on a string of 4 straight hits capped off by a grand slam, and it's fortunate it actually ended up being 6 or 7-2 because it very easily could have, but some hesitation there on the Bunny's part kept this from really spiraling out of control here, so to speak.
So now we start off the second inning. Starting off with Snow Bear. Snow Bear hitting .333, hit a home run. Mr. Snow Bear hit the home run last night, first of the season. Solo shot, also had a single, 2 for 4 day. As we get ready for Iceman to deliver to start off the top of the second inning. Iceman delivers, pops this up, Snow Bear, this could fall in, it does. Running past it is Coconut Ed. Rounding first, heading to second, and heading over to third, but it's gonna think about it, which is the wise decision. And on at second is Snow Bear.
Yeah, and again, on the offensive side, the Mechanic 5's doing their part, with their second straight, leadoff hit here, and see if Shock Ninja and the rest of the bottom of the order can continue this momentum here.
Shock Ninja looks at 2 balls outside, 2-0. The 2-0 popped up left field. This could fall into. Nope, coming in is Moon Risen Phoenix for the first out. And
had to grind that out.
Routhian's day is already done. Being called on for a pinch hitter here in the second inning.
Yeah.
So Eterna Nocturnum coming into the game to pinch hit.
Right, so again, got to get the runner over at the very least here. Try and get something positive going. Especially after a good catch there to stymie what would have been 2 on and nobody out.
So the starting pitcher already chasing the game, Routhian. It's over towards short. That's 1 over to first. Side retired on the double play.
Yeah, nice unassisted on the tag there, and then right along the line there. So good heads up defense there to keep the game going, and to slam the door on the Mechanic 5s.
So they get 1 hit, but nobody's left, no runs. Middle of the second, it is 5-2 in favor of the Spiral K Bunnies, as it looks like we'll have a pitching change to start off the bottom of the second, and we'll introduce that coming up here next on the Bun. Alright, Pro, who's today's sponsors?
Yeah. I lost toss that sheet of paper.
How dare you?
I tell you.
I mean, after yesterday, I wouldn't be surprised if they just gave you the wrong pieces of paper.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
So we start off the second inning. It's going to be Coconut Ed coming up to bat. Had a single last time up, scored a run. Yes, we hit to the bottom of the second. Anachu's on the mound, 346 pitcher. And right over to Tramp Royale for the first out. Good line drive. Just not. And Smile fires, hits it over towards the wall. That's going to be a double, rounding first, heading to second. So
that's what Coconut was trying to do. Just just a little too direct. This one, nice shot through the gap.
Moonrisen Phoenix, what a big slam last time up. Won't hit that this time. And they're going to go get the lead runner. So Smile Fires is retired, running to third. And Moonrisen Phoenix is on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, the always entertaining 6-5 fielder's choice. But, that's what happens when you run on contact sometimes. If you're a little off on your timing, you're in a lot of trouble.
Here's Sigil. Sigil flew out to right last time up.
Yep. So try and get in on the fun.
Hit over towards left. Underneath it is Yarn Dragon Tracy, and the side is retired. Much needed inning there for Anachu coming in on relief. Gives up one hit, but gets it retired thanks to some great defense. One left on base. End of 2 innings. It's 5-2 in favor of the Spiral Cape Bunnies here on the bun.
Yeah, badly needed for the Mechanic Fives, and Anachu is going to have to step up and probably, pitch more than a couple of innings here. It's going to be for the long haul. So any help the defense gives on their side, as they did in the bottom half here, is going to be critical.
And for the call of the third inning, here is Proa.
All right, so Tilly leading off here in the top half of the third. Had a single and a run scored. Takes the first pitch inside, 1-0. Nice man. It's a pop up right down to short, and that will be 1 out.
Melchior with a good put away there.
Captain 1977. It's a slow roller down to between third and short, and he's going to get in there for an infield single.
Nice dribbler there.
Yeah, a swinging bunt. 1 on 1 out here, and right. Yeah,
just
right.
That ball was hit so slow that it just gave Captain enough time to run it out.
Yeah, and as you would expect from your number 2 hitter, have enough speed to make those plays, and definitely give yourself an extra chance here as Panzer Dave steps in.
Panzer Dave with a big home run back in that first inning.
Yes, indeed, a 2-run shot, 1 for 1. 2 RBIs and a run scored. Fouled the first pitch off, took the second pitch outside, but fortunately hits a sharp liner right to second, so a 4-3 double play ends the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, and a nifty double play keeps it 5-2. So near bottom half of the order will be coming up here for the Bunnies, with Mr. Cab leading things off. He got the second half of that inning going in style after the grand slam. Alright, so leading off, Mr. Cab takes first pitch inside. 1-0. Sharp. Hits it down the right field line. Foul. 1-1. Nacho kind of looking toward the far side of the mound here. Laces one in. Chop foul down the first base line. 1-2 count for Mr. Cab.
Seems to be working pretty well since it's gotten Mr. Cab to keep following these pitches off.
You know, kind of working him in, and he's been a bit late on his contact. Pops this one up straight. This will be an easy pop fly. So 1 down.
Jack Ninja with a put away there.
Malchior coming up with had an RBI triple the last time up. Chop laces one foul down the first base line. 1-1 to Malchior. Hitting 277 for the season. Takes another one outside. 2-1 count. Anachu trying to keep another outburst from happening. Nice pitch on the outside corner. 2-2. Melchior.
Try to get Mel to swing at that one.
Yeah, he wanted it, but held firm and takes the walk, the one-out walk. So nice plate discipline there from Melchior, forcing Anachu to work, and got a result I think he wanted. So, and that is through the 5.5 hole, as Tony Gwynn used to say, for a one-out single. So yeah, replay there. Yeah, just a perfectly placed ball between between short and third. You know, that was Tony Gwynn's favorite place to hit the ball. Swinging bunt there by Iceman goes foul down the first base line.
Oh, this is bad.
Pops it to Anachu, and luckily the runners were not flying off of contact there. You know, yeah, they're not a good bunt, unfortunately.
I think they could have maybe gotten something if they threw to first as opposed to throwing to second.
Yeah, perhaps. Runner on second was farther away, but more distance to throw the ball as opposed to first. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Z-Man hits one down the left field line. This is deep, and just misses a 3-run shot.
Wow.
Great catch.
Left warning track power. Look how close this was to getting out of here.
Yeah. A little more to the left, and it is 8-2.
A little more to the left, a little more power. Either way.
So yeah, no runs, 1 hit, a walk, and 2 runners left. And Z-Man about 6 inches away from a 3-run homer. So the Mechanic Fives escape and lead 5, but still trail 5-2 to the Bunnies as we head to the top half of the 4th.
So Tramp Earl starts off the top of the 4th. Had a single last time up, the third baseman, now hitting 400.
Yep. Tramp tried to start something going after the 2-run homer in the first, but unfortunately didn't get the needed support here. So we're going to try again here in the 4th inning.
Right to Sigil, that's 3 unassisted.
Yes. It was close, but a good throw puts it to 2 down here in the top half of the 4th as Tracy steps in. Iceman working the corners here.
Tried to get Tracy to swing at that one, did not.
Yeah, it was enticing. This one is deep. It is just inside the foul line, but is caught. So, I believe that's our first 1-2-3 inning, as it remains 5-2.
1-2-3 by the actual textbook definition. The other ones were aided by a double play.
Yes. Right, and yeah, this, was 3 up, 3 down for sure.
Yep.
So,
and that's exactly what Iceman needed after that first inning.
Early game jitters have definitely settled down here for Iceman, and the Mechanic Fives have not been able to break through. But Nacho has held his own in long relief here. We start the bottom half of the fourth, and Coconut just gets it down for a leadoff single. A sharp liner right to Anachu is easily caught. It's 1 down. As Moon Risen Phoenix still kind of on a euphoric high after that grand slam in the first. This unfortunately will not be going out, but so 2 down after a fly out to left field. Sigil takes first pitch inside. Corner for strike 1. Outside. Nacho continuing. Working a lot of off-speed stuff here. 1-2 count. And gets the strikeout looking. So
Don't see a whole lot of strikeouts, so when you see one, it is more remarkable.
yes, indeed, and a nice, again, a lot of off-speed stuff. Maybe getting a little tired here, but gets the strikeouts. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left, and the first inning remains all the offense we've seen so far from both sides as we reach the halfway point of the game.
Yeah, we head to the top of the 5th inning, got the bottom of the lineup coming up here for the Adirondack Mechanic 5, starting off with Snow Bear. Snow Bear had a double last time up, but just kind of ran right into the shortstop for out number 2 on a setup for a double play back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah. And it's been that kind of day for the Mechanic Fives. Whatever little momentum just ends up getting snuffed out because of good defense. 2 inning double plays here for the Mechanic Fives. So see if they can turn that around here.
So as we start off the top of the 5th, it is Snow Bear looking at a pitch outside for ball 1. This swung over towards the right side, foul, go to the stands just barely. So 1-1 coming up here for Snow Bear. Snow Bear hits this right field side. It's not going to be in time for Coconut Ed, so that'll be foul, strike 2. 1-2. Swings at this, and this was a desperation swing on a pitch that was actually outside, so that's out number 1. Shock Ninja pops this up, and right underneath it, I believe that was Mr. Cab coming over to grab that.
I believe you're right.
And over to Melchior, fires to first. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Iceman. So allowing 2 runs on 4 hits in the first inning, and it has just completely settled down and has been pretty much lights out the last 2 innings specifically. That's 6 up, 6 down.
Yes. Yeah, the Yeah, nothing really going right now. Iceman has settled down and has really pitched extremely well after kind of letting things get away, and the offense more than backed him up in the bottom half of the first. But ever since then, yeah, it's been a pitcher's duel. The bunnies have threatened a couple of times, but Anachu has held the line.
Yeah, extremely important for Anachu here, considering the fact that here we are, we're in the bottom of the fifth. They came in to start the second inning.
Yeah.
So this is now the fourth inning of work for Anachu.
Perhaps getting a little tired, having to fill this role. Saw it a bit in the fourth inning when pitches starting to go into the 70s and 80s rather than 90s.
Gets Mr. Cav to pop up. Now here's Melchior, now up to 277 hitter. This has distance over towards the right field line, but underneath it is Panzer Dave for out number 2. Good rotation there from Panzer Dave to get in for that out. Angel of Sin hitting it to short, fires it over to first, and it is a 1-2-3 inning, the first that Anachu has seen. And we've reached the end of 5. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left after the 6-3 put out. Still 5-2 in favor of the Bunnies, hoping to win their 7th straight here on the Bun.
Yeah, and right back around to the top of the order for Mechanic 5s. This will be their 3rd time around, and, you know, as is often the case, 3rd time around usually is when you can start doing some damage, because you've seen what the pitcher has, and now it's about trying to, you know, get some momentum here and, you know, take advantage that you know what's going to probably be coming.
There we go. So as we head to the top of the 6th, Silly Person, single, and flew out last time to the shortstop. Pops this up over down the right field line. This could... No, coming in is Coconut Ed for the first out. I didn't think Coconut Ed was going to get there. That goes right through the gap into left for a base hit.
Second hit of the day for Captain. So 2 for 3. And we'll see, you know, if Panzer Dave now can help close the distance.
You can see this one just right between, just out of the reach of Melchior.
Yep, the 5.5 hole struck, and the pitch was a bit outside, and that probably, you know, just got just enough to get through. And even if Melchior picks it up, it's pretty close, I think, on being a hit or an out. But
a rocket right back to Iceman, who squeezes it for the out.
Yeah, and, you know, again, you know, that all 3 balls from Panzer Dave have been hit very hard. Unfortunately, 2 of them have been right to fielders.
Right through the gap there. That's going to be a base hit.
Oh. Yeah, there again, you know, Tramp Royal is, you know, 2 for 3 on the day. So, you know, 4 of the 7 hits coming from the 2 and the 4 hitter. The 2 to 4 hitters have 5 of the 7 hits so far. And, you know, hopefully, you know, others will get in on the fun here.
All Dog 0 for 2 today since being moved to the number 5 spot, so would really love to end this slump.
Yeah, put him up here for a reason, you know, see if he can
to
follow
3rd,
through.
and that's gonna do it.
Best fielder's choice there. Close it out.
Best opportunity Iceman has had, or rather that the Mechanic 5s have had against Iceman. Iceman shuts the door. 2 hits, and they are all stranded after the 5 unassisted. Middle of the 6th, it is 5-2 in favor of the Spiral Gate Bunnies here in the Bun.
Yeah, that, and again, well hit balls, but it's just it seems like they have there's a magnet or something, and a lot of these rallies are being cut short because they're hitting line drives right to the fielders.
So as we head to the bottom of the sixth, Iceman still out, not being called for a pinch hitter. So starting off the home six. 0 for 2 was on with the fielder's choice last time up.
You see, like, Anachu, those pitches are well below 60 miles an hour. They keep laboring, but, this might be last inning for both pitchers.
Struck over towards Tramparel for the first out. Here's Z-Man, crushes it right through the gap into left field. That is a base hit. So Z-Man now on with a 2 for 3 day, and that's going to do it for Anachu. As we have a pitching change, the call to the bullpen as Kiki gets ready to come out for the Adirondack Mechanic 5s here at the bun.
But yeah, great work there by Anachu. 5 in the third, a scoreless work after your starter gets shelled in the first. It's a thankless job, but Anachu did it admirably and, has kept his team in the game, and that's all you can really ask for.
4 and a third as opposed to 5 and a third.
Yes, you're right. 4 and a third, yes. But still, the point
it's still a great amount of effort there, especially given the fact that you had to go to your bullpen in the second inning.
Right. Yeah, and, that's always, in this case, in those cases, you think the game is over, and this game is not over. It's very close, and it's thanks to that stellar long relief work. Now, it's on to Kiki and the rest of the pitching staff to make something out of this.
So, to close the book on Anachu, that is 4 hits. And they are responsible for the runner that is on first right now, but so far, no earned runs. So, close the book once we see what happened to the runner on first. Kiki on the mound, starting off with Coconut Ed. Hit a single last time up. Down the left field line, firing over to second, gets the out there. So now we can close the book on Anachu's book. No earned runs.
The 5-6-4 fielder's choice there to stop the immediate advancing runner. So good defense there, and now probably the most dangerous hitter, Smile Fighters, with a 549 batting average.
Yep, single and a double this game, lined out right to the pitcher last time up. 8 home runs on the season. And this is crushed, and it is not going to see the field. It's out of here.
Like that 9 home runs.
9th of the season for Smile Fires. It is 7-2 in favor of the Bunnies.
Like you just look at that and you knew it was a no-doubter. It's like you hear like some balls struck in a game, and it's like it's like that ain't coming back.
Moonrise and Phoenix up to bat, hit a grand slam back in the first inning. And this is hit well to center, right to Snow Bear for out number 2, or out number 3, side retired, but not before Smile Fires hits another one.
Yep, Kiki, with an 8 ERA has struggled, but unfortunately, after a good defensive play to stop, to keep it from being runner on second or runner on or 2 on and 1 out. Unfortunately, just the wrong pitch at the wrong time.
So as we get ready to head to the top of the 7th inning, we got the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. And starting off with the Iron Dragon Tracy, and it is your turn, Proa.
Alright, So top half of the 7th, Iceman still working here. And it's continuing to go to the 3rd round of the order, and starting to labor a bit on his side as well, and might let him go until he gives up a hit or allows a base runner. It's 2-0 now. Worked outside and in. Nice Ethos pitch, I guess. Down in the inside corner for 2-1. That one is well struck, and it is a base hit into the gap, and that is at least 2. And yep, so a leadoff double, that might be enough to knock it. No,
they're still keeping him in.
It's a 5-run game, but you don't want to be tempting fate either.
Snow Bear hit a double first time up, and oh!
Yeah, that's the 2nd straight line drive there. So not for lack of trying, and that's a miss. That could be. It's easily 7-3 for sure. So, Shock Ninja coming up, 0 for 2 so far. Grounder to 3rd. Runner's going to have to hold back, but Shock Ninja takes advantage of the slow roller and gets on for an infield single.
You take those, especially when you're slumping like Shock Ninja is.
Yes, absolutely. And this is a critical point in the game now. Kiki coming on. Trying to keep going, hitting 400 on the season. So whatever struggles on the mound have not exactly been reflected at the plate. And working the count, 3-0. Iceman still trying to fight through this and gets away with it. A pop out to the pitcher. That will do it. And yeah, that broke one of the cardinal rules. You never swing at 3-0.
Well, it's going to be over the plate, but yeah, you're right.
So that knocks out. That's it for Iceman, pitching 6 2/3 with 2 earned runs and responsible for the runners on 1st and 2nd. But after a shaky start, was really dialed in from that point on.
So far, the 2 runs on the ledger. We'll see what happens with the other 2. So far, we can count the 4, 6, 9 hits that was against Iceman today.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Silly Person. Silly Person hit a single in the 1st inning, but hasn't done much ever since.
Yeah, led the game off with a single and a run scored off the 2-run homer by Panzer Dave, but and it's through the hole for a base hit, so bases are loaded, but there's 2 outs. So this could be the big moment for Captain, as again, they found utility for that 5.5 hole. So now it's all down to this: can the Mechanic 5s come through?
Yarn Dragon Tracy on 3rd, Shock Ninja 2nd base, Silly Person on at 1st. It's been 2 singles today for Captain.
Continuing with that trend, a single would be just fine. Make it 7-3, 7-4, narrow the gap, and laces one down the 3rd base line and just out of reach.
Wow.
That's the kind of play, like, you don't want to give your opponent extra outs, and that could very easily be one of these cases.
Look how close that was.
Yeah, it's a little off on the timing, it seems, but yeah, just barely outside of Mr. Cap's reach, to stop the rally. So 0-1 to Captain, and high fly into left center, and is going to be grabbed, so the rally has been snuffed out as we hit the 7th inning stretch. So a real missed opportunity there for the Mechanic 5s. Bases loaded, 2 out, and got an extra chance. Unfortunately, Captain couldn't convert on that one. So it remains a 7-2 game with 3 runners stranded.
Yeah, and you really, really needed to get those runners home. Especially down 7-2, especially in a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah. That's one you wish you had back.
And they had the opportunity there with that freebie on the foul ball.
Yeah, that is rough, and I think whatever positive momentum they'd had after the first inning, that's one where that can really deflate a team. Sharp liner into the hole, into the right field gap for a base hit, and that's going to be extras. A Sigil finally on the board with his first hit of the day. Been 0 for 3 with a strikeout up to that point, but starts his bottom of the 7th off in style, and Mr. Cab shoots one down the right field line, but that is going to be foul. Right size, wrong shape.
Okay.
Well, I've never seen a 1-5-3 put out, but now I have. Seems like something you'd see in a bananas game.
1-5-3. Now I've seen it all.
Yes. And, well, I can't argue with the results, although you can argue with their sanity, but it's one out here with Malchior coming to the plate after that interesting circus play.
All right.
Got Malchior to chase outside, strike 1. Almost hit Malchior, 1-1. Another pitch inside, 2-1. Outside, 3-1.
Oh, that had a sweet curve to it.
Yeah, got the outside edge, 3-2, full count. On the pitch, and gets the 3-6 double play to end the 7th inning. So excellent defense there. Keeps the bunnies from padding their lead. So no runs, 1 hit, and a sterling double play, and a interesting banana ball-ish play keeps the Mechanic 5s down 7-2 as we head to the 8th inning.
You take those. You take those.
Yeah, there's no complaining here. It's just
yeah, I know what you're getting at. It's the absurdity.
yeah. Yes, it is, but we're all for a little absurdity as we head to the top half of the 8th. Panzer Dave will lead off, is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer in the first, and a couple of well-struck balls, one of which was an inning-ending double play. Late bit, the southpaw gets one, and the lefty-lefty matchup is not a problem here, as that is going to the gap, and that is at least 2, and probably, yes, it will be 3. So a leadoff triple for Panzer Dave to start the top half of the 8th.
7 bases for Panzer Dave today after that triple.
Yes. That is the best start they've had. Well, it's actually a good good start in the world they've had.
This is gonna fall in.
It does. So, and that's a 3-bagger as well. So the first run scored for the Mechanic 5 since the top half of the first here is Tramp Royal with his 3rd hit of the day. And this one, perfectly placed, gets past in right field, and that is just too easy.
Yeah, Coconut Ed just had to run after the ball there, so now a little bit of a rally here in the 8th inning for the Mechanic Fives. What they need, keep this going with All Dog.
All Dog looking for his first hit, 0 for 3. Takes first pitch outside.
Way inside. I almost hit.
Yeah, there's been a couple of close ones the last couple innings. This one deep into left center. That'll get the run home.
No, it won't.
Unfortunately, yeah. But
I think you had to be running right at the catch of the ball there to Small Fires to have that one come home.
Yeah.
Really needed to take advantage of that. That really should have been a sacrifice RBI.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, so yeah, just an F8 rather than an SF8.
Yeah, you could see the runner was way too far off third. Should have been right on the bag. If they were on the bag, then they could have come home. But the fact that they wound up being so far away at that point.
Yeah, Yardrack Tracy had a double last time up, and this is going to get through for a base hit, and that is in the gap. That'll be Yardrack Tracy's second double in a row. So 7-4 here in the 8th. Snow Bear coming up, trying to keep this rally going. Takes first pitch outside corner. Second pitch, almost the same pitch. 0-2 now. And oh wow, right down the inside edge. Some sharp pitching there by Lapid. Working the outside the first 2 pitches, and then throws a laser down the inside corner. No chance. So Snow Bear, that's the second strikeout of the day for the Mechanic Fives.
Yeah, you can see that one just hitting the very edge of the plate.
Yeah, that completely frozen. So now Shock Ninja, 1 for 3, had a single last time up. Try and keep this rally going. Sit up, that is going to be a can of corn, and that will do it here in the 8th. But 2 runs come across to give the Mechanic Five some life. But you do come away feeling like it could have been a lot more than that.
Yeah, I do agree they should have probably have had the opportunity, but I mean, you chipped away at the lead. Maybe you can come back with the 9th inning, but now you need Kiki to keep things under control here in this bottom of the 8th inning.
Yep, that this is going to be critical in bottom of the order, so got a chance, to work the soft underbelly, so to speak, of the bunnies, but can't take anything for granted.
And we'll see if Lapit chooses to come up and hit here in this bottom of the 8th inning, starting off with Angel of Sin.
If not, you set up it with your closer if you can in this situation. And first pitch just foul. It goes outside the first base bag.
I mean, Lapit's had 3 saves this season.
Well, definitely in line for a longer save than you're normally used to seeing. Second pitch hits the outside edge of the plate for strike 2. Slow roller to third. This is going to be close and just gets it in time. Not the best throw, but dead on to the dead on center there, and but good sequence there by Kiki, and got that just inside basically off the hands there, and very heads up play to get the opening out there.
So 8-Bit will hit here in this 8th inning.
So that is a slow roller to first, and that will be scooped up and taken in for out number 2. So Z-Man coming back up. He's 2 for 4 with a run scored, and that is a 1-2-3 inning as Kiki keeps the bunnies in check here as we head to the top half of the 9th.
So as we head to the top of the ninth inning, so no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody was left on base. So we're going to start off with a pinch hitter to start off this ninth inning.
And late bit going to work the ninth here, try to bring this home. Be a 2+ inning save if so. Ran into some trouble in the 8th though, so this is a curious choice.
So Kiki ended up going 2 2/3 innings.
Yep. And,
just the 2 runs in that 7th inning.
6th inning, but yeah.
Or 6th inning, yeah.
Yeah, and started things off okay, and then that 2-run shot by Smile Fires really
exclamation point.
Yeah, so far it has been, but not for lack of trying by the Mechanic 5s. Just left just too many runners on base today.
So here we are, the top of the 9th. We start off with a pinch hitter. Yesterday, they wound up hitting a double that scored 2 runs.
Well,
that was part of that 7th inning rally.
In this case, this is going to require a little bit more. It's just guys all about getting on base.
And we get right on base as Sigil just stays right there and scooped up. I almost thought that Coconut Ed was going to run right by it.
That would have been at least a 3-bagger if so. But that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Mechanic 5s fan, a leadoff single.
Yeah, take a look at this. Sigil just stood right there. Nope, that's fine.
Yeah.
And you saw that Coconut Ed was starting to break diagonal, which would have caused them to miss it. So really a potential problem there as we head to the top of the lineup, as we get to Silly Person, who is a 2-for-4 hitter today.
Pair of singles with a run scored. Was the beneficiary of the home run by Panzer Dave here in the top half of the first.
Staring at a strike on the corner.
Nasty pitch sliding across the plate there.
Through the hole, that's a base hit. So runners on first and second, and now the tying run is Captain. That's going to do it for late bit, as Fred's going to come on in, as we are now in a little bit of traffic here on the bases with Captain coming up to bat. 2-for-4 hitter.
Yep, and this is definitely a case where the Mechanics have had their chances. They've had plenty of hits, but they haven't had plenty of runs to go along with it. So this is their chance. Fred's coming in, inheriting a bit of a mess here. Can he get at least get an out and start, trying to turn the momentum around?
Panzer Dave on deck. Don't count Dave out. Here's Captain, though. No. Captain does have 2 home runs this season. This is crushed. This is back. This is going deep. Is it deep enough? It is out of here. We are tied.
Wow. Right down the line. Just clears. And we saw that earlier where we had a near miss. And this one, could have gone the same way. But the Mechanic 5s level the score here. That 3-run homer by Captain, and again, right down the middle.
Just barely got out.
Yep. Yeah, but barely is good enough. And now it is 7-7, and the bases are cleared for Dave, who has a chance to continue this momentum here in the top half of the 9th.
Triple and a home run for Dave earlier down the right field line, but foul.
Oof.
Didn't miss by much.
Yeah, it would have been a double if it cleared. This is going somewhere, though.
Yep, right towards right field, picked up by Coconut Ed.
So, Ramp Royal, 3 for 4 with a triple.
This could be trouble.
Scored.
It's going to fall in. That's a base hit for Tramp.
4th hit of the day.
All dog. This crushed over towards the left field side, and it is picked up by Moon Risen Phoenix for the second out. So an 0 for 4 day for All Dog.
0 for 5.
Correct. Yarn Dragon Tracy, 2 doubles.
And an RBI. Unfortunately, this will not be anything other than a lazy pop fly.
Yep, an F4, and we're 7-7 tied, heading to the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, and 17 hits for the Mechanic 5s. You know, they've left, I think, 9 on base. So, you know, you'd think the way it plays out, you know, man. This could and maybe should be more like 10 or 11 to 7, not 7 all. But it's just been one of the, as you say, you know, they've been scuffling, and the offense is heating up. It's just not converting the way I'm sure the players would like.
I've got 8 left on base, but
yeah, I wasn't. I think I might have miscounted, but yeah, but the point still stands.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
It's been so many chances to really blow this game open and just haven't converted. But, you know, 8th and 9th, they finally have shown some life here, you know, cutting down a 7-2 lead and giving them a chance to at least finish the job.
All right, the meat of the lineup coming up here. We start off with Coconut Ed. Coconut Ed has been 2 for 4 today, hit 2 singles, also was on a fielder's choice last time up, back of the 6th inning. Bottom of the 9th inning, Leno's on the mound for the
for the Mechanic 5s with the 5 ERA. So, you know, Kiki got the job done. Now it's time for Lenifus to finish the job.
So Coconut Ed takes a ball inside for ball 1. Now the 1-0. Hit over. That's going to go through the gap. Pass. Yarn Dragon Tracy to the wall. That's going to be at least 2.
Boy, you know, just misses the shortstop and the left fielder. Man, that's the kind of defensive lapse, you know, you can't afford at any point. But boy, that's just rough.
And now we've got Smile Fires coming up in a lot of trouble, and they're doing a conference, which will give us time to take a look at this play once again. Right through the gap, the 5.5 hole, just out of the reach of Yarn Dragon Tracy, and that's what causes this to be a double.
And Smile Fires coming in is a triple shy of the cycle, although in this case it will not be a triple. You know, if it's a triple, the game is over.
Smile Fires did hit for a cycle last weekend. 9 home runs, including a 2-run shot that was the difference maker in the 6th inning. But what's going to happen here? It's going to be a base hit past the wall. That's going to do it. Rounding third, heading on home is Coconut Ed, and the game is over.
Smile Fires coming through late, and you know, great pitching there. Finish the job. But Fred gets the win. Coming on in relief, and yeah, weak defense in the gaps and seals the Mechanic 5's fate. Their 7th loss in a row.
An absolute heartbreaker after coming back down 3 with that big home run in that 3rd, or in the top of the 9th for the Adirondack Mechanic 5s. But As we've seen all throughout this season, Smile Fires has become essentially the front runner for the league MVP. And now at 566 for batting average, 9 home runs, 23 RBIs.
Yeah. Yeah, and keeping, in the first inning, had the single to load the bases and set up Moon Risen for the grand slam. Those kinds of plays, throughout, and the double there in I believe it was the second inning, trying to set up another rally, unfortunately didn't work out. But then, the big home run in the 6th, and then finishes the job in the 9th. So coming through when it counts.
So another chance here for the Spiral K Bunnies coming up tomorrow, and we're getting close at this point in the season of already calling it, because now the magic number for the Spiral K Bunnies is down to 3.
Yeah. Yeah, and getting closer is great and all, but eventually, you gotta have something as a result. And unfortunately, a great rally there, but again, left so much on the table and could have put this away a lot sooner. Especially, after a disastrous start, going down 5-2, but the offense showed plenty of spirit, just not enough when it counted in the middle of the game.
And let's talk about this. The Adirondack Mechanic 5s in the last 2 games, they have scored 5 runs and 7 runs, which is a lot more than what we've been seeing from the Mechanic 5s, who at one point had a 3 earned or 3 average run per game. They're now up to 3.67, but they got to stop the Spiral K Bunnies, especially that meat of their lineup. They're starting to figure things out, but they still got to a little more. They've got to put this one behind them as we get ready for the Monday matinee tomorrow, the getaway game on the holiday.
Yeah. Yeah, the pitching hasn't lived up to what they needed to be consistently enough. I mean, the 2 to 4 hitters, combined for 8 hits, but they had 7 RBIs. So, that's where you don't necessarily want to start intentionally walking hitters, because you got people behind them who can do some damage. But right now, that's the top half of the order has been driving the Bunnies, and the Mechanic 5 pitching staff hasn't had much luck slowing them down.
Today's game is brought to you thanks to our friends over at Salty Beverage. Enjoy your salty beverage, especially if you are the Adirondack Mechanic 5s today, who lose this game 8-7. Proa, anything you want to plug before we get you out of here?
No, thanks for having me, and of course, those watching our Mario 3 randomizer tournament, our main and our challenge cup. We're getting close to the end of both of those. We have a bunch of quarterfinal matches coming up this week. I think we're definitely going to be in for a treat.
Check that out over on your Speed Gaming channels. Thank you.